What is going on, Dragon Ball fans? Welcome back to another Dragon Ball fan manga breakdown review, where today we're going to be breaking down and reviewing a Dragon Ball fan manga created by Young Gigi known as Dragon Ball AF, which is a fan-made Dragon Ball manga set within its own timeline following the events of Dragon Ball GT. As for many years now, I've been reviewing and introducing all kinds of Dragon Ball fan mangas to the world created by the community for the community, so if you guys are interested in seeing and reading up on incredible stories and concepts such as Dragon Ball AF, Dragon Ball Legendary, Dragon Ball New Age, Dragon Ball X, and many others, then feel free to check out the Dragon Ball fan manga playlist in the description box for more videos such as this, as right now we are going to be diving into a brand new manga chapter. As before we begin, if you are new to this channel, hit that subscribe button and turn on all notifications to be the first to know when a new video is posted onto this channel as we kick off Young Gigi's Dragon Ball AF manga chapter number 6.5 edition, with Trunks having to be shown with Goten on Kamei's lookout after the events of having to fight against the demon lord known as Marble as Super Saiyan 4 Gotenks. As Trunks goes on to state, Goten, as felt during the fight with Marble, our bodies seem to be pretty out of shape. That's probably also the reason why we were able to maintain our Super Saiyan 4 transformation for a short time. So from here, let's just focus on recovering our basic strength, with Goten having to agree, as later on we see them both initiate their Super Saiyan transformations as they begin to spar. And over down below them, we see how Oob is beginning to meditate. He's meditating as Trunks and Goten are fighting above him, as Oob begins to think to himself and saying, during that battle, a mysterious power came out. I wonder what on earth it was, but somehow, it felt very nostalgic. There must be some unknown power that I have yet to realize. If only I can draw out that power by training more and more. As Oob even acknowledges that at this point, even though they are one of the world's strongest warriors, they pale in comparison to what lies beyond that over on the horizon, just as we've seen with Marble's introduction. Elsewhere, we go back to Gohan and Vegeta on the homeworld of the Kais, as Gohan goes on to state, alright, it finally grew, as Gohan finally has his tail back. And because of this, the Elder Kai goes on to state, it took quite a while. Well, we must begin the next training at once. Next, you must become able to freely turn into Super Saiyan 4. As Gohan says Super Saiyan 4, as Vegeta laughs and saying, then it'll be no problem for me, as he transforms into a Super Saiyan 4 immediately, implying that Gohan can't do it on his own. And as Vegeta transforms, he goes on to state, as long as I've grown a tail, I know the trick to this transformation. As the Elder Kai smiles, he goes on to state, I see. That's just great. Very well. I'll now explain the details of your training. First of all, Gohan, train your transformation into Super Saiyan 4, and Vegeta, you'll now go into emotional control training. As Vegeta states, wait, did you just say emotional control? With the Elder Kai stating, that's right. I'll put you under a spell right now. If you're able to dispel it on your own, then you pass the training. And by the way, while this spell is affecting someone, I can't cast any other spells. Okay? So first, I'll put Vegeta under the spell. After that, Gohan. As they both agree, the Elder Kai follows by saying, I think overwhelming rage and murderous intent will be necessary to trigger a transformation into Super Saiyan 5. That's why you'll be able to control your emotions. You should be able to transform into a Super Saiyan 5 after. To be honest, the spell I'm about to use is very dangerous. Brace yourselves, for it may claim your life. As Vegeta so casually smiles, he goes on to state, bring it on, as the Elder Kai responds and saying, oh, and there's one more important thing I have to say. Even if you succeed in dispelling it, there's no guarantee that you'll be able to transform into Super Saiyan 5. As Gohan says, wait, so then this is pointless. As the Elder Kai says, no. According to my calculations, I do believe the likelihood that he'll be able to transform is quite high. That's why I said it's not a sure thing in the beginning, but trust me and go for it. If you're able to firmly maintain consciousness, you'll be able to snap out of it. All I have to say is believe in the miracle of you two. Do it. The explanation is finished. Very well, let's begin immediately, as the Elder Kai casts a spell by saying Divine Awakening, Electromagnetic Wave, and the first person he shoots is Vegeta, and we see this wave penetrate Vegeta's skull. He's beginning to shake, he's beginning to tremble, very reminiscent to what we saw with Vegeta having to turn Majin for the first time in Dragon Ball Z. He seems to go into this murderous rage state because he's crying out in pure anger, but then begins to laugh, and Gohan's like, wait, he just suddenly burst into laughter? As Kabuto Kai goes on to state this spell, it couldn't be. But as quickly as Vegeta laughs, he goes on to scream again. As Gohan says, wait, this time he flew into rage, what the hell is going on? As Kabuto Kai says, oh, so it's as I expected, with Gohan having to ask, wait, so what is this? As Kabuto Kai responds, I heard it from the great Kaioshin-sama ages ago. Kaioshins possess various different types of abilities, combat type, special ability type, and various others. But he claimed that in the past, there was a Kaioshin who could manipulate the emotions of living things. He didn't know the name of the spell, but he said there was a spell that could numb a person's emotions, joy, anger, sadness, depression, and amusement, and confuse them with illusions. However, that spell is very dangerous. There is a risk of causing brain damage to the target, or even oneself. Since I'm also a Kaioshin, I was told to absolutely never use it should I awaken to such an ability. As Gohan is shocked, he goes on to state, wait, so is this a spell that's dangerous? Why would Kaioshin-sama even be intent on using it? As Kabuto Kai goes on to state, I see, I understand our ancestors now, I understand their thinking. I think our honored ancestor is trying to make it so that by dispelling the spell with his own power, he would be able to draw out his own emotion beyond that limit. If our ancestor said the emotion of rage exceeding the limit is the method for the transformation into going into Super Saiyan 5, then I think he believes that if he's able to snap out of it, he'll be able to freely draw out the emotion of rage and exceed his limit. As Gohan says, I see, that's why Kaioshin-sama said it's an emotional control training. And Vegeta at this point, he's crying, he's laughing, there are so many emotions within him, as Gohan is fearful and saying, I just can't sit here idly by either. I must hurry and be able to turn into Super Saiyan 4. As Gohan begins to power up, the narration states, Gohan and Vegeta's training to exceed their limits continues. Because Vegeta, while undergoing this, is going through an emotional state while Gohan is trying to perfect Super Saiyan 4. As the narration continues, meanwhile, an abnormal change happened to Goku's body that Gohan and the others were still unaware of. As we go back to the lookout, the Dragon Balls begin to crack, as Dende states, wait, no, this key, it can't be. As he rushes on over, he notices that something is happening to the Dragon Balls. As Dende states, wait, no, this can't be. How could this happen? As Mr. Popo shows up and saying, Kame-sama, what on earth has happened? As Dende says, Popo, hurry and collect Gohan and the others. Something terrible has happened, implying that something is wrong with the Dragon Balls and they're now beginning to pick it up. Meanwhile, back on the Supreme Kai homeworld, Vegeta is still laughing, but then angry. Laughing, but then angry. As then even Kabuto Kai goes on to state, incredible. This has been going on for almost an entire day. What mind power! And Gohan's son too! As we look on over, Vegeta is going through so many different emotions, but inside of him, all we see him cry out is Kakarot. Kakarot! You always outdid me for my entire life. Yet, why did you, shit! He's struggling because he's realizing that the pain that he has inside of him is Goku surpassing him, always and forever. As finally we see something erupt within Vegeta, he begins to explode in such a state to where so much power is emitting from his body, everyone gets blown back. Gohan, Kabuto Kai, the Elder Kai, everyone is completely blown back and blown away as to what Vegeta had just achieved. We see through the smoke, white eyes, white eyebrows, white fur, white hair. Vegeta has finally been able to achieve Super Saiyan 5. The rage and the anger that was fueling Vegeta deep within has now manifested onto the surface, and everybody is able to feel this power. Dende, Oob, Trunks, Goten, as Trunks even goes on to state this ki. Could it be Father? As Oob says, ridiculous. Even if he's on Earth, it still feels like he's right next to us. This ki is just off the charts. As Goten says, wow, this is the power of Super Saiyan 5, and Trunks is proud in stating, Father, it would appear as if your training was a success. Meanwhile, back with Vegeta, he's angry. He is displaying such an emotion that it even is beginning to shake Gohan, as Gohan says, wow, what a furious ki. And Kabuto Kai's happy. He's saying, well done, Vegeta. Vegeta, well done. As the Elder Kai stands up, he goes on to state, phew, it looks like everything went well somehow. As Vegeta dies down, crashing onto one knee, he's exhausted. He's breathing in and out as Gohan says, that was amazing. I can't believe you were able to transform in such a brief period of time into Super Saiyan 5. As Vegeta says, of course, it was nothing. Never mind me. What about you? As Gohan says, well, I mean, not yet. As Vegeta says, how pathetic. Try and recall the moment when you transformed during the battle with eyes. Imagine it's sort of like drawing your ki from your tail. Then, if you fully remain aware, you'll be able to transform. As Gohan says, from my tail? I see. I didn't even think about it, but I'll try. As Dende contacts the Elder Kai saying, Kaioshin-sama, Kaioshin-sama, can you hear me? It's the God of Earth. As the Elder Kai says, yeah, I heard you, but what on earth happened? As Dende states, well, something terrible has happened. Something terrible? Actually, it looks like Goku-san's vitality has reached the limits. As Kaioshin goes, what did you just say? As Vegeta states, hey, what in the hell are you talking about? Explain. As Dende states, okay, during these past 3 years, Goku has been holding back the negative energy from overflowing by continuously releasing his own positive energy. However, it seems like Goku's vitality did not last because of the evil energy was more powerful than expected. Probably. I think Goku will only last for about another 3 days. As Gohan says, wait. As Gohan says, how terrible. Father! As Dende continues, in the next 3 days, Goku will be completely overtaken by the evil energy, and the seal of the evil dragon will likely also be undone. As Gohan says, good grief, then we've only got about a day left to undo the seal, or Father's life will be in danger, right? As Dende states, that's right. If we don't hurry and undo the seal, Goku's life is in jeopardy. As the Elder Kai states, it can't be helped. That's right, Gohan, you must master transforming into a Super Saiyan 5 within the remaining day. Once you become Super Saiyan 5, you should soon be able to dispel the spell. But first, you need to transform into Super Saiyan 4. As Gohan agrees, the Elder Kai casually says, sorry, but I need a bit of rest. As Kabuto Kai says, honored ancestor, are you okay? I'll send the restorative power right away. As Gohan concentrates, he goes on to state to himself, imagine gathering ki from your tail and maintaining full awareness. Alright. As Gohan begins to transform, he's pushing himself more and more and more. As finally we see the clothing on his body be torn, we see his eyes change, his hair changes, everything changes as he finally becomes a Super Saiyan 4, which is a pretty awesome transformation in and of itself. As Vegeta smiles, we see how Gohan is finally there in his Super Saiyan 4 form. Soon after, the Elder Kai goes on to state, alright, well, we don't have a moment to spare, so let's get started immediately. As Gohan says, yes, please. The Elder Kai states Divine Awakening Electromagnetic Wave as it hits Gohan's mind. And then from there we see Gohan laughing, smiling, feeling all types of emotions. Meanwhile, back on Earth, Goten and Trunks are continuously fighting, they're training. As Trunks says, there's only 1 day left until the birth of the evil dragon. Let's give it all we've got, Goten, and they both hit their max. As Dende looks behind him, he goes on to state, Goku-san, please hang in there for a little bit longer. And I love this because every single person right now is taking their training so serious because within the next couple of days, the ultimate evil dragon will finally be unleashed. As the narration continues, time transcendingly went by, as Gohan is still locked within his own emotions. As Kabuto Kai states, almost 24 hours have passed. Gohan son, please hurry, as Vegeta states it's okay. With the powerful sentiment he has currently, he should be able to transform soon. Just give it time. And inside of Gohan's mind, we go back to the very moment where Pan was killed by Eyes, and that's all Gohan is seemingly enough thinking about. And because of Pan, that is used as a trigger as Gohan goes on to state, Pan, I'm sorry, this is all because of my weakness, but don't worry, Father is definitely going to revive you, as that right there was all that Gohan needed. And once he was able to get through, finally at long last Gohan achieves Super Saiyan 5. As his rage erupts, we see the birth of Super Saiyan 5 Gohan through the smoke, through the debris, which we haven't seen since the fight with Eyes. Meanwhile, back on Earth, we see Gohan, we see Vegeta, everyone is there, after Gohan had initially transformed alongside Vegeta. As Dende puts the Dragon Balls on the floor, Gohan goes on to state it's finally upon us, with Dende having to state, well, good luck Gohan, please do it, as Gohan goes on to state, come forth Shenlong, and grant my wish. As through the Dragon Balls, we see how the black smoke begins to emit, as finally the Eternal Dragon rises from the Dragon Balls, as the narration states, at last, the seal of the Dragon Balls has been undone. Will Gohan and the others be able to trump over the evil dragon now that its power has increased even more? And what about Gohan, as the manga chapter comes to an end? This was one of the most captivating manga chapters that I've read for Dragon Ball AF since the fight with Eyes. And the reason for that was once Dende informed everyone that the Dragon Balls were beginning to release their energy, and everyone realized they only had about 3 days to train and improve on their power, everybody, Goten, Trunks, Vegeta, Gohan, Oob, everyone began to take their training serious. And it's really awesome because they knew that a very powerful opponent was on the horizon, and essentially they didn't have the requirement nor power to keep up with that. So they had to do what they had to do to disperse on this quickly before the dragon actually is revived. And this was a really good manga chapter from Young Gigi, in which I encourage you guys to go ahead and check out. The links to that will be located down below if of course you guys have not checked out my previous videos, because this to me was a definite 5-star chapter, because the execution of utilizing your emotions was perfect. I love how the Elder Kai was able to manipulate this in allowing Gohan and Vegeta to go through various different stages for over 24 hours, in allowing them to perfect their powers and finally being able to achieve Super Saiyan 5. And Super Saiyan 5 as a whole is so powerful that it is essentially felt anywhere you go. That is the pure power of Super Saiyan 5, even though right now Gohan and Vegeta can't achieve it upon will, they're still able to tap into this reserve in case it's desperately needed. So in the end, let me know what you all think in the comment section below. What did you all think about this manga chapter? What were some pros? What were some cons? Let me know down below, guys. If you guys enjoyed this manga chapter, slap a like down below. If you are new to this channel and of course want to see more, punch that subscribe button, guys. Turn on all notifications. Tune back in for more. Follow me at Twitter at UnrealEntGaming, and check out the previous fan manga chapters listed down below. And I'll be seeing you all down in the comment section below and for the next Dragon Ball video. Take it easy, guys. Peace.
This is the Galactic Emperor of the Universe, and of course I'm here to tell you to subscribe to UnrealEntGaming and all his social media platforms. Also, don't forget to turn on notifications so you can be the first to know every time that he uploads a new video.
Oh, did someone say UnrealEntGaming? Oh my god.
The fuck, Zarbon? Put on some clothes!
Well, why don't you put on any clothes?
What? I don't need clothes. Jesus Christ, that's huge!